We want both of these. We don't need grenades. We don't need smoke grenades. We don't need any of that. We're going to need the SVD. We're going to need the Nagants. And we're going to need the mic. And we're going to need the C3. So that loads us up, just about. I think we can equip one more thing, but I don't think there's anything else I want to equip. So that was interesting, I thought. The fact that that scene goes from Screaming Mantis to Psycho Mantis to the Sorrow, each of which looking like one layer above the previous boss. So when Metal Gear Solid 4 came out, it was supposed to be the last game in the series. I guess technically it still is. Chronologically, Metal Gear Solid 4 is the end of the series. So when that game came out, Kojima released a document available on PlayStation Network as a free download, or maybe only a free download if you bought Metal Gear Solid 4. But it's basically a character map. Everything that appears in the series, every character, every situation, every event, every weapon and item, every mech, every Metal Gear, everything. And it shows a map of how they all connect to one another. And if you look at it, the entry for the Sorrow is connected to Psycho Mantis, and then for Psycho Mantis is connected to Screaming Mantis with a line that simply says Control. There's the frog for the tunnel, we got it now. So that's an interesting aspect of the character that you don't see in MGS3. You don't get it until later. And here is the Sorrow's Spirit camo, which, if we equip it, basically turns you into a vampire. If you choke enemies, you regain stamina. We're not going to use the Spirit camo, I don't think ever, basically. But we're going to use Splitter. Splitter's up top. Brickroad, where are you going? Another interesting thing that I've got to equip here is B and C, because the 3 cardboard boxes take you to 3 places in Groznygrad. B is the important one, because it's to the weapons lab hangar. Put that on, it'll take us straight to the hangar. We don't have to worry about going through the building anymore. But C just says letters on the side cannot be read. And this is something I didn't know until my test play. That's the one that's supposed to take you inside the east wing of the hangar. And the reason it can't anymore, not the east wing of the hangar, the Groznygrad Northwest, over by the truck over there. And the reason it can't anymore is because we blew up that shed. So if we hadn't blown up that shed, we could be delivered to that shed to use that cardboard box. But since we did, we can't use the box to be delivered there, and the letters on the side can no longer be read. So that's an example of one of those things. Like, is that a literal thing that happens in the game? Because you can read the side of the box until you blow up that shed, and now you can't read anymore. Is that just a gameplay thing that's showing this box no longer has a use as a transport item? Or are we meant to take it literally? Like, Snake literally cannot read the side of this box anymore. And I think the answer is we're supposed to take it as both. Both of those things are true. We should, because these guys are hungry and they're far away, and because I've got such good camo, we should be able to just get by here. I want to make sure they got the trank gun equipped, because tranking all those guys is such a pain in the butt. I think there are a lot of things in the series that Kojima put in as gameplay elements, but then he turns them into story elements, and we're supposed to take them as literal fact as happening in the game world. A couple more examples of this. In Metal Gear Solid 1, Snake gets the infinite ammo bandana. When he finishes the game, there's 2 different endings to MGS1, and if you finish the game with one of the endings, you get the infinite ammo bandana. Finish the game with the other ending, and you get the stealth camouflage. And the infinite ammo bandana is exactly what it sounds like. It's just a bandana, you put it on, and then your guns never run out of ammo. Not very useful, in my opinion, but that's how it is. As soon as that man goes away, we're going to shoot this man. Metal Gear Solid 2, towards the end, there's an action scene where Snake and Raiden team up to take out a bunch of ninjas. Okay? He's walking away now. Knew that was going to happen. Let's get this guy down before he... Ah, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Alright, that should do it. So yeah, Snake shows up in Metal Gear Solid 2 for this action scene, and he says, "Yo, Raiden, if you need any more ammo, just let me know, and I'll give you some." And Raiden goes, "Huh? How does that work?" And Snake points to his bandana, says, "Infinite ammo." Now, clearly it makes no sense for a bandana to grant you infinite ammo. That's nonsense, right? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But in the game, that's exactly how it works. And in a lot of video games, I think the writer would try to draw a distinction between this is just happening as gameplay and this is something literally happening in the world. For example, an RPG cutscene where a character dies and you're thinking in your head, how come the revive item doesn't work? How come I can't just Phoenix down and bring Aeris back to life? How come that doesn't work? Well, the answer is because there's a division between gameplay and story, and that would cross that line. Yes, Major, I got into the hangar. Go me. First, we gotta go upstairs and collect some items. And I think what Kojima does with his writing is whenever he gets a division like that between gameplay and story, he just allows the story to take precedence. He allows whatever gameplay concession he had to make to get the game to work to just become part of the story. So you put in an infinite ammo bandana, it makes sense that Snake comes back in the next game and has infinite ammo. Apparently Rykov got replaced with a sneaking suit. And then in one of these lockers here is another suit that is very useful to us. There's some of that in this game too, with nothing in there. Especially with SIGINT calls. There's a lot of items that don't make sense in how they work, but you call SIGINT, and he's like, "Oh yeah, no, that works." One of the examples is a gun called the Patriot, which you get by completing the game. When you replay the game, now it looks like a maintenance guy. That's awesome. When you replay the game, you can start the game with this Patriot, and it's a gun that has infinite ammo. And the barrel of it looks like an infinity symbol. We'll get a good look at this gun towards the end of the game. You'll see what I mean. So Snake calls up SIGINT. He's like, "Hey, you got a Patriot there, Snake?" It's like, "Yeah, this thing's got infinite ammo. How does that work?" It's like, "Oh, well, if you look at the feed for it, it's shaped like an infinity symbol, so the bullets get fed in and I guess just go around in a circle." "Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. That's perfectly fine." To us, that sounds like just... to us, that sounds like nonsense. But in the world of Metal Gear, I think we're supposed to take it as literal fact. That's something that actually happens in the story. Let's put this guy to sleep. Take a nap, son. Who saw that? I don't know. There we go. Now we can safely shoot this frog. I hope, I hope, I hope.
What's wrong?
Ooh, somebody saw me take down that guard, so I'm going to mark that frog as gotten. Then I'm going to put my maintenance gear back on. I'm just going to run the heck away. We're going to get out of here. Just like the scientists, the guards don't care who you are, but the other scientists, or the other maintenance workers, can tell that you're not a maintenance worker. But a lot of people dismiss those aspects of storytelling in Metal Gear because they're usually silly, because they usually don't make logical, realistic sense. It doesn't make sense that the characters acknowledge an infinite ammo bandana. That's just dumb. Do I have to put you to sleep too? Since you're standing right in front of where I want to be. Nobody asks how this maintenance worker managed to get an arrow in the knee. Nobody asks where that came from. That's fine. We got 2 more of these tanks to blow. And now just 1 more. Did the guard go up here and wake the other guard up, but leave the worker sleeping? He did. He woke the guard up. Left the other guy asleep. How come I can't plant this C3? Did I already plant C3 on this one? I don't think I did. I guess I did. So which one didn't I plant on? Did I not get the one up on the platform up here? Okay, there was the last one. Yeah, they don't let you waste the C3, gladly. They don't let you put it on... Just put it on the ground where it's not useful. So, all we gotta do now is get out of the hangar.
Snake.
Anyway, that's one of the things that I actually really respect about the writing in Metal Gear, is that, for better or worse, Kojima doesn't draw this arbitrary distinction between this is gameplay and this is story. Everything you see in Metal Gear, you can take as literal fact within the universe. Where things don't make sense, that make sense in the game but not our universe, like a gun that infinitely, refills itself, or a magic bandana that grants you as many bullets as you need. That's just the way that the world of Metal Gear differs from our world. There are lots of ways Metal Gear differs from our world. The existence of ghosts is one such way. Well, this isn't good. These guys, did they even know there's a bomb set? Oh, thank you, the Sorrow. The Sorrow gives you a nice timer letting you know, hey, there's a bomb set. So, what happened was, Volgin found Eva snooping around in the vault.
During the last
She has the Philosopher's Legacy. He explains what the Philosopher's Legacy here. Spoiler alert, it's just a bunch of money that Volgin has, and everybody else wants it back. Everybody here is trying to get the Legacy away from Volgin. And Eva came very close to succeeding, but then they found her. So now it's the Volgin fight. So the first thing we want to equip in the Volgin fight is the sneaking suit we picked up. The sneaking suit is not actually for sneaking. That would be dumb, because at this point in the game there's like no sneaking left to do. It's all boss fights from here on out. But special property reduces all damage and stamina consumption. Very, very nice. We also want to put on the Rykov mask again, which now has an eye permanently closed. Because this will confuse Volgin for a second. Just long enough for us to spin around up here. And get our frog. Frog, get in the Volgin fight. Shoot him real quick. Knock him down. Cigarette spray is the god in the Volgin fight. He uses... Oh, I was supposed to wait for him to throw his attack and dodge it. Okay. He uses lightning on his attack, and this attack here he's going to throw out like this homing bolt. If you have a gun equipped, any kind of gun, the homing bolt finds you and zaps you. If you don't have a gun, you can outrun it. We'll see here in a second. I was running the wrong direction, so it didn't work. Haha! So the cigarette spray doesn't count as a gun, though. So for this... So you gotta wait for him to... Oh, he kicked me. What a jerk. He's gonna do it again? Oh no, he's gonna do his gun attack. Mine. Aha. So, using a gun on Volgin is very, very difficult, but using CQC is much easier, but he still does a lot of damage, which is why I want this sneaking suit. Usually when he's zapped like that, when he's electrified, you can't grab him, but when he's doing that homing attack, for some reason you can. Ocelot's just up there being useless. I don't know what his deal is up there. Come on, I don't want to waste any more cigarette spray in this phase of the fight, which is why I'm just running circles around him. Okay, I never seen him do that before. He only shot me once. Alright, let's just do it. Okay, there's the first phase down. Now he gets a lot more attacks. Shoutouts to Scott McIntosh, who sponsored this video, and to everybody who makes my channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.